Hey, yeah, it's been about what, almost 3 years since my last upload, and I've been dead per se, but not actually dead because I'm here making another video, so I'm not dead, I'm alive. But anyway, I'll probably make a separate video explaining kind of where I've been for the past few years and why I haven't been uploading, kind of why I essentially gave up on YouTube and how everything's changed, how my life is kind of going right now. But yeah, I'll save that for another time, and let's get into the video. So today, I actually have behind me my four-wheeler, and now, as I've gotten older, I have gotten into ATV riding, or off-roading as most people call it. And yeah, so behind the camera right now, I have a 2006 Honda TRX 250EX, and today I'm going to be installing Nerf bars on it, and that'll be fun. I bought them off of Rocky Mountain ATV. I'll leave a link down in the description of where and what bars I bought. I bought them for around $100, and along with the spark plug, which still hasn't came in yet, but the bars have come today. So I'm going to be installing them, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so this is my 250EX 2006. It's pretty nice. I've repainted the stock bumper. It's just really beat up. I tried to straighten out as much as I can, but straightening out this bumper was a pain, and there's no way I'm gonna get something like that out. But anyway, not trying to do that. But I got it all black. I bought it for around $300 if I remember right. I've got a few other things in it. I've got like a different air filter in it. I've cleaned it up a lot. I've stitched up these plastics because my plastics were severely damaged, and stitched all that up. You can see even from the other underside how all the zip ties come together. And I gave this thing kind of a super clean-ish a few days ago. It's still pretty dirty because I haven't actually gotten the time to use my pressure washer and really give this thing a wash. But I've got a few things on. I got a uni air filter. Not really much else. Took off some old stickers, put on my own. This one I kept on because it's cool. I like it. But cleaned up my rims. Adjusted my clutch right here. That was the worst angle I could have possibly given for that. I adjusted my clutch right here. And what's special about the 2006 models, or 2006 and above, is this is Honda's first generation of them implementing what they call the sport clutch. And if I'm correct, this is the only ATV lineup and ATV manufacturer that implements this in their ATVs. So basically what a sport clutch is, or what Honda's sport clutch is, there's two. So this is a sport quad, and for anybody that actually knows, most sport quads are manual clutch. And what's special about this is you can ride it with a manual clutch. This is a manual clutch, but you don't have to use this clutch. So basically you can ride it with an automatic clutch or a manual clutch. So I always use the clutch regardless because that's how I want to ride, and also kind of that's how I'm trying to learn. Because whenever I upgrade, there's not going to be any more upgrades of this because there's no other four-wheeler that has this. But yeah, that's kind of what's special about the 250EX that Honda makes, or the 250X actually is what it's called now. The 2020 models are pretty cool. Nothing's really different from these. They're just a little better looking and, somewhat updated stuff. But other than that, brakes are very solid, both front and back. Shifting, it's a 5-speed transmission. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this. And it's got ITP Mudlight tires that came on it whenever I bought it. So yeah, I mean, I just say let's get started. So basically over here, I have my Tusk Off-Road Comp Series Nerf bars. These are around $100. They come with everything you need. I bought them in their red color. Let's see if I can get these unpacked with one hand. Oh yeah, they also come with a sticker. So I gotta figure out a spot to put that on that. We're gonna leave this right here for now. And yeah, they kind of come taped up. I already took this one out. So that's why I'm seeing if I can get it with one hand. Here, let's see if I can manage this. I don't know. There we go. There we go. So this is what they look like. And this is actually my left Nerf bar. If we come on over here, that's my left side. This will come around and attach like this. There's going to be a bar that runs right through there. It's going to attach with U-clamps. And yeah, it's just going to kind of attach like that. There's a bolt right about there where that's going to go on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the second hole, if I really need that. And yeah, I feel like the red's going to add a really nice different color to this quad, because there already is a few little points of red, like the spark plug cap and of course the shocks and, you know, the uni sticker that adds some red. And also my air filter is red, so I was like, hey, we should go with red. And yeah, but first things first, we gotta web them up, and that's gonna suck. So yeah, so I guess we can move right here, and yeah, we can start webbing these up. Okay, so I just got done with the first two loops just to kind of figure out how to actually web these up, and it's really simple. So you have your strap, all right? And you see, you get these little mounting points. So you take your strap. Well, first of all, actually, you want to identify your left and your right bar. You also want to identify the orientation of the netting. So pretty much what I have here. So you got two right here. You got two mounting points right here. So those two line up with that. You got a single mounting point right here. So this lines up just like that. You got two down here and two down here. So that only leaves, you know, so many options. And there's none out here, so there's no reason for any cables to go towards this way, towards the opening of the bars. So this just kind of closes it off and, you know, brings it down to, you know, one option really, and that's this. So it's pretty easy to figure out your orientation. But back to actually webbing. So you have your net, I think web or net, whatever you want to call it. And actually, if you can see, there are 1, 2, and then there's a third hole on this side. So yeah, you take your net and you push it through straight from the top to the bottom one, and you pull a little bit. You don't have to tighten it all the way down, but you might want to. And then from here, you bring your net and you go through the middle hole, and you come out the top hole underneath the net. So it goes kind of under itself and loops around. This way, whenever you apply pressure from the top, it's not going to just kind of undo itself, you know. And pretty much, oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm pretty much just going to go and do this for all of them. And if you need any more detail, you can, I'm almost certain you can find tutorials online about how to re-web or web Nerf bars for your first time. So it's not that hard. And yeah, I'll get back whenever I have both of these done. Okay, so I've gotten the nets on, and I'm probably not going to leave any of that footage in, because it was about 20 minutes of just pain. But I got them both in. They look really good. I like it. I adjusted my tension, kind of how I wanted it to feel. And full disclosure, these are not for stepping on. You don't step on these. They don't replace your pegs. They're to catch your feet if they happen to fall off of the pegs. And it's kind of a good idea, because my pegs they're pretty weak. So, I mean, they don't have much grip on them anymore. This is pretty much the only peg that still kind of has grip on it. But the other one, where my shifter is, has pretty much no grip. It's like this concrete floor. It's just slick now. So this is going to be a really good thing to have, just in case if my foot happens to fall off. So either it doesn't get pulled back there, or it does get, you know, hit by a tree, or even worse, run over by another rider. That can happen, and that has happened before. It's not cool. And yeah. Okay, so it's a new day, and I want to say, I'll get to why it's a new day in a second, but I ran into an issue last time whenever I tried to put these on. I don't actually have mounting holes on the foot pegs. So we kind of have everything just lightly, everything if you touch it, it's just going to fall apart. But everything's just lightly bolted down right now. We're going to mark holes, sorry for the bad camera angle. We're going to mark holes down over there. And same goes for the other side. And we're going to drill out holes within the foot pegs so we have a spot to, put in the little bolts that it comes with. Also, another update, got my new spark plug in. That's pretty cool. That came in the mail shortly after I finished the other day. But I just decided to install it today. Brand new spark plug, exact same one. Just thought I could use a new one. The old one's pretty much trashed it this time, but this is kind of how everything is going to look, though, once it's all bolted up. And I'll get to the actual installation part of the video soon. After we drill out these holes, I'll explain how everything goes together, and I'll show you guys how to install these. And hoping that everything goes well, these are going to be ready for trail use. And yeah, I mean, they look pretty good. They actually do come out, they are wider than my wheels, which that's actually a good thing. They should be wider than your wheels, because you don't want anything actually getting past your wheels or past the inside. So this is going to be a good thing. But I will have to account for these. So say if I'm going through a tight trail, I won't have to just account for, oh, my tire's going to make it. No, I have to worry if my bars are going to make it too, because they come out a pretty decent distance. I'm not going to lie. But that's when you install wheel spacers and you kind of even that out. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, this is pretty much how everything's going to look. We're going to get it all bolted down soon, drill all these holes out, and then once we do that, I'll get to the installation portion. So yeah. Alright, got our holes drilled out. That's pretty cool. That was a bit time consuming, not gonna lie, but we still got it done and it's good to go. So now, the actual, installation portion of the video. Took everything apart so we could drill these holes, and I'm gonna put everything back together, but it should work. So, what you wanna do here, you got your nuts and your washers, and then you got a U-bolt that will attach around the frame, around the bottom actually, and come up top here. This is where your nuts are gonna sit. Alright. Make fun of that in the comments if you want to, but whatever. Anyway, you fish your U-bolt just like that. Nuts for washers go on top just like that. And these are also lock washers, by the way. So they won't rattle loose. Or they shouldn't rattle loose if they're under a lot of, vibration and whatnot. Alright. You don't want to really wrench these on too much, and for these you're going to need a 13mm, preferably a socket, because wrenching those down is just going to make your life a whole lot harder. But what I like to do, I like to kind of position everything in the middle, push it up as far as I can, and just kind of start wrenching it down. But I like to do it a little slowly and make sure they're both even. So they both get tied, or they both have the same amount of pressure. And we will do the exact same for the other side. There you go. Yeah, just good enough to kind of hold it in place a little bit. Nothing major at all, actually. So let's head on over to the other side, and we'll do the exact same thing. Alright, for the next bit, we're going to put on the bars. And what you are going to need is an 8mm for the actual head of the bolt, and a 10 millimeter for the nuts. You get 8 washers. There's going to be one on the inside and one on the outside. And preferably, if you have one of these ratchets, or if you have a wrench with a ratchet built into it, this is going to make your life a whole lot easier. So, no more manual wrenching. And yeah, if you don't, sucks. Yeah, let's do it. All right, I got all my stuff. Take your bar, and you do slightly slide it onto that chrome bar that you installed earlier. I'm actually going to use my knees kind of like a little prop up. Take your bolt, put a washer through, and put it through the first hole, just like that. There you go. You take another one, same thing. Same thing to the other hole, just like that. Oh boy, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Now these will keep everything in place. We tighten everything else down. You take your other washers at the same time. You put them in between. I'll move the camera in a second just so you can see what that looks like. Should be pretty straightforward though. Oh no, come on, there we go. Kind of looks a little bit like that. You can see a washer in there, sitting nice and tight. There we go. You take your nut, you try to, I don't know if I can do this. This is a weird angle. I don't like this. But you gotta put this on. There we go. Just hand tighten that until it gets nice. And do the same for the other one. Make sure, man, I dropped it. I dropped my nuts. Anyway, you put it on about the same way. Yeah, hand tight. And now, get to your wrenches. Get your 8 millimeter, your 10. The 10 is gonna go. This should work out fine. There we go. It's a little awkward, but no, dang. I lost it. There we go. Yeah, you don't want to make sure these are pretty tight. You don't want these coming loose. Why would you? Or your Nerf bar fall off on you in a trail. It's not too good, There we go. Just make sure they're nice and on there. There you go. Now, that isn't going to go anywhere. Let's go to the other side and I'll do the same thing. Alright, so now you can discard those 2 wrenches because you won't need them anymore because these are pretty solid. These are on. And now I'm going to be tightening these down, but after I adjust this bar to make sure everything's even across both sides, you're going to need your 13 millimeter again. But before we do any of that, I'm going to make sure those are the same on both sides. And it looks like they are. Looks like everything just kind of fell into place the way it needed to. Alright, and now, free to wrench down on these. Make sure these are going to be really tight as well. These are also lock washers. You don't have to, or lock nuts, my bad. So you don't have to worry about these coming loose at all. I may have done that one a little bit too much. That's what I don't want to do. You gotta give it even. See, yeah, I overdid this one right here. You don't want to do that. Oh boy, come on. Oh dear. Seems we got a little bit of an issue. I can't reach the nut anymore with this socket. Okay, hold on. A little bit of a slowdown. You always gotta have a wrench handy for when a situation like this happens. I don't have a large handle 13mm wrench, but it'll do. How does that even happen? How does one get it down so low? Okay, yeah, I can reach it now. That's right. You know, don't mess up like that. It just causes a little extra unnecessary work. That means absolutely nothing. And too major. Let's go to the other side. And that should do it. That means these Nerf bars that I bought from Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com are now installed. And they look great, actually. I love the way these look. Oh my gosh. They come out a lot. Here's a little top-down perspective of what they look like. They look pretty cool. And this is a ton of added safety to a four-wheeler. This is just adding a lot more safety than, you know, what you would normally have without Nerf bars. So yeah. That, my friends, is how you install Tusk Comp Series Nerf bars on a 2006 Honda 250EX. And I hope this is a little bit helpful for anybody looking for how to do this. I'm only doing this because I care about my personal safety. And of course I care about the safety of other riders, but I care a little more about myself. So, you know, and they look amazing too. There's a bunch of these red accents, like this red accents on the shock. Now there's there. Some red accents from the stickers a little bit. And can't really see them from behind, but you almost can. But they look good. And yeah. Hope this was helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Forgot one more important thing. The sticker. Now, where should this go? See, over here, I already kind of have it clustered up. I don't want to put anything really right here. I already got some on the fenders. But I was really thinking right here. I think that'll look really good right there. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to kind of go at it similar, or I want this kind of angle, so I'll start from that side, move our way down, applying pressure all the way down. I gotta go at it like a band-aid almost. You know how you would one of those suckers that you You know, only losers wear Band-Aids. Gosh. There you go. Use your finger for the whole thing, and bam! Just like that. It's on. Apply a little more, just throughout the rest, even it out. And just like that, there's a sticker on, boy. Alright. Alright, there we go. It's completed. Everything's good to go. Now this is the actual end of the video. See you guys.